Gorennis Garnick, you Penwith Gorluin, Enebis Scanzolzio, Setus and Droin Kind for Atlantic, for Traith and Ewan. Kerno Pier Glare in Gneasiu, Pell, Pier Goth, Eclectic, a Wennick, Teg, a Gwilsiu, a Giath Ellen Comiskins Care, a Viewda Dravizigeth, a Methians, and one a Sigeth a Duas Yanzik, the Worth kens a story that Derman Ma.
It's an ancient landscape, it's a living, working landscape. It includes prehistoric field systems that have remained in use for thousands of years since their creation. It includes rough ground, houses, ancient domestic and ceremonial remains.
There's a very real bond between the myths and legends, the history and the ancient monuments. It's very strange, very weird, very ancient.
The landscape's unique. I mean, there's nowhere like it really in terms of historic landscapes, archaeology and the wealth of nature and wildlife.
Penwith is incredibly important for its wildlife variety. Very significantly, there's enormous areas of heathland and wetland. The coastal farmland around Penwith and natural habitats are very important for the Cornish chough. They've just re-established themselves in recent years in Penwith.
There are 640 farms in Penwith. It covers a range of farming from dairy farming, intensive horticulture like daffodils and cauliflower growing. As they're very small farms, it's very difficult for them to create sufficient income. There aren't that many other jobs for farmers to go into which are skilled work. Over 400 farmers are on our books. And at any one time we are dealing with at least 4 farms in immediate crisis.
Farming is key to looking after the wildlife. The farmers manage the whole landscape. Because of the economic pressures on farmers, they're having to make difficult decisions about how they manage their land.
These incredible ancient working field systems have no protection. They're under pressure from agricultural improvement.
Equipment is getting larger and larger and larger. Average field tractors are becoming sort of 150, 160 horsepower. And so the old Penwith style hedge gates are just simply not big enough anymore. The gates get taken out to let the bigger equipment in, and often the aperture of the gap is widened.
There's a lot of pressures of different kinds. For the most visited sites, sometimes it's just the pressure of numbers. For the lesser known sites, I think the danger is that they can be lost, they can disappear, they can get overgrown. Part of what we would like to do is to get local people, particularly the youngsters, interested in and proud of their sites with a sense of ownership of these places so that for future generations the sites are not lost or forgotten about.
A lot of young people live remotely, so for them to have an opportunity of getting into a town centre, they've got difficulty with transport, so even if an opportunity of a job comes up, it's a long way from where they live, and it's very important that families are able to stay together as well. We're seeing more and more young people having to live away, or often still living at home, because the cost of housing is so expensive.
The partnership is covering it from all angles. I think it's a very balanced mix of community groups, individuals, the public.
Both private, business, community, everybody is involved in that holistic approach which really spells success for the future.